Happy Sunday afternoon. I thought I'd do a quick chain cleaning video. I watched one recently, and I've owned bikes since I was about 16, and this is something I never knew, that you can clean your chain with paraffin, and it was phenomenal to watch just all the dirt come off. So bought some of this off Amazon, about 15 quid. I've just decanted it into one of those pressure squirters. To be fair, Jen's bike chain's not terrible, but it could do with a bit of a clean and a re-oil, because she doesn't use it that often. I'm just concerned that it just generally sits for too long. So I'm gonna pump up the spray, give it a good soaking. Also got some rags on the drive, but let's say the drive's just bloody caked in crap. So yeah, I'm not going to take too much care of the block paving because we've got to get it all sorted out and cleaned. So yeah, I'll give this a dose and see what it looks like. Gonna pop off the chain guard just to give us a bit more room, really. Of course, it's a Triumph, isn't it? And it's bolted in 55. Just there. Okay, let's try that. Got it. That's why I don't do mechanics. There we go. Just compression rubbery things. Cool. That's got that out of the way. So she had this load recently. Yeah, it's those dog legs, I think. Made a massive difference. She's a lot more confident. So they're mint on this side, not the other. So right, I'll give this a squirt off. Help if I Okay, we have life and paraffin all over the driveway. I will give the bike a clean down after this. So apparently this doesn't bugger the O-rings in the chain, whereas petrol will. So why I'm keen to try it. This chain isn't actually that bad, but I mean straight away you can see the dirt just falling off. My F4, the sprocket and the chain are really bad. The previous bloke, I think he just kind of had it sitting there, didn't really give it much use, and I've tried degreaser and all sorts, whereas this probably not great that this is going all over the tyre. Right, I'll let that sit for 5 minutes. I'll give the tyres a wipe off just so it doesn't sit on there, and I'll get a couple of cloths and we'll pull it off and see what it looks like. So I've given it a second squirt round. Literally just put my glove behind it, spray the glove to make sure it's coming both sides. Haven't wiped this yet, but as you can see, unbelievable. I've never seen a chain clean, well, any out-of-the-box products work. You can see hence my want to do this, because it's there's rust spots and all sorts on it, where it's not getting a lot of love, I think. In fact, I'll tell you how many miles this has done. So I think I got this in 2020 when it first came out. What have we got? 204 miles, hang on, that's the trip. I don't know how to use this. Or is that the total? There you go. 756 miles this thing's done. She's been terrified for every single one. Now, to be fair, she's getting good now. She's a lot more confident now. It's been lowered. She's had a bit of time to get used to it. I think they say you need about 30 hours riding before you start getting comfortable. Whereas, yeah, she's not your average biker girl. Hence it being covered in pink, trying to coax her in. But yeah, this is looking good. I'm gonna get my chain brush. I'm gonna give this a brush and a soak and try and get these kind of rough spots out. I'll give it another going over, dry it off, run a rag around it, and give it a lube up. So I'm using one of these things. Says Motul, but I think they're 10 a penny. Every brand there is has stuck their name on one of these. Generally, the way I'm working with this is going top down, allows me to get some pressure in, and I'm pulling it towards me to get the back brushes against the inside edge of the chain, and then obviously I can go around again, pushing down to get the top end. And then for the face, I'm probably gonna do it this way around and push it away from me, and then obviously spin the wheel. So I'll keep swilling this thing out with the paraffin. Keeps the muck out. There's no point brushing it back in. And yeah, it's starting to improve. Still got some rust spots here, which I'll go through and give it a soak. I might see if I've got a finer brush. I could do a little small steel brush really to try and brush that off, but I'll keep at it. But so far, I mean, if I just give this a quick, you can see straight away it's looking really good. So paraffin is the answer to this one. Yeah, I'll keep going around with the brush with this, but you can see all the muck was dripped off it with very little effort on this really so far. So I'll keep the brush going, try and get these rust spots out on all sides. We'll give it a dry off. I might give it another rinse of paraffin, give it another dry off, and then we'll get the lube on. Okay, we're looking pretty good. I've given that a few passes with the brush on. I've been swilling the brush out as I go, again with the paraffin. Years of muck in that, to be fair. So what I'm going to do now, I can't really do it one-handed, but I'm going to feed the chain through the blue roll, and we should see essentially how clean the chain is. Still muck on it. I don't think that's bad. Just really want to get all the paraffin off. Looking pretty damn good. Still these little bits, I'm gonna go work on those. I'm really pleased with that. So the rear sprocket of my F4 is pretty caked really. I've probably done a full can of degreaser aerosol on it, trying to clean it up. So as it's still quite warm and it's still nice and light, I'm probably going to whip that out in a minute and have a little go at it. But I'm going to give all this a wipe off, try and get any excess paraffin off, and I'll come back, and I've got a few different chain lubes actually. I'll go and have a look and we can pick one. Before I put the rear hugger back on, I'm going to give it a rinse with the paraffin, to be fair, because that's not too bad in there, but I might as well make the most of it, clean out any crud while we're here, and then we'll go ahead and lube it. So I've got a couple of options here. I've got Muc-Off and Motul. I've got a feeling I've used that in the past. I was quite impressed. Years ago, I had a dry one, and it was like a ceramic thing. It was really cool. I'll spray a couple of those out on a rag, and we can kind of have a little look and see what the difference is. Because really, we want the low fling type, so it doesn't end up all over the bike. Because it's classic that you get it all up the underside. Obviously, these things are pretty good now, but you end up all over the tyres when you're trying to clean the tyres inside the rims. Just makes cleaning harder. So yeah, decent chain lube. So I'm quite a big fan of Muc-Off stuff. Seem to gravitate towards it. Not, I mean, obviously they clearly do good marketing and good branding, but I think the products stack up. Seems to be my go-to really when I'm buying products now. So yeah, I'll give the hugger a clean out. I'll try and put it back in without snapping it, and we'll go ahead and lube up this chain. Right, let's test some lube. Straight away you can see there's more of a, looks like a silicone shine on that, as opposed to that one. Cardboard's probably not the best example. That's definitely got more of a shine on the right hand side. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not. You can see it's got more of a ceramic finish, whereas I believe that just squirts out a standard lube. I'm gonna go with Muc-Off, and I'll bash a rag behind, and I'm gonna run along the bottom here and then try and get all sides of it. Probably should have done that before I put the chain guard back on, but hey ho. But yeah, what a difference. Looks brand new. So one thing I will say about the Muc-Off is it's a lot easier to see where you've been. Obviously I've soaked this. I'm going to give that a kind of a tack off now and let it, yeah, there's too much on there, which is not necessarily a problem. So I want to run that around with a little rag, dry that off slightly, and I'll see if I can get some around the back as well. All I did was I just hung a bit of blue roll up on that part of the exhaust and just sprayed it around and went bit by bit. So yeah, looking good. Need to get the top side of it, so I'll probably do that back from the sprocket, because essentially I've only sprayed the inside of the chain at this point and the external. So I'll keep going. I'll try and hit that from, again, probably from the sprocket side, and then I'll just make sure I clean it all off, or certainly any excess. I consider that a job well done. So I've run the chain around with a bit of blue roll just to wipe off any excess. Got to clean the hub off a little bit because it's a bit of muck on there. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Give you a quick whirl of it. I'm really happy. That's actually a really simple, very effective hack for cleaning your chain. So pretty new to this, but like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. I've got a few more bikes I'm gonna go through. I've got my Brutale 800RR, which is coming up to a year old. So there's that. I've done about 200 miles on this. It's just finding the time to ride them all. But my rule is, if it comes in the garage, I've got to enjoy looking at it as much as I enjoy riding it. So, look at it. Awesome. Just shame you can't get a tail tidy for these, which is really irritating. The F4, absolute machine that is. I had no idea how quick it was. And then, of course, you've probably all seen this, the R1. So my first two videos feature that. There's probably more to come with that. So next one, I'll probably be getting this out for a bit of TLC. A few things I'd like to tackle on it, like these chips here. I don't know if I should have a go at that myself, but in theory, if it's just the mirror, I can pop that off and try it, and worst case, get it repainted. And there is another little chip couple of them there. So yeah, I have to decide whether it's worthwhile buggering it all up or just live with it and worry about it another day. But here's Jen's bike with a nice clean new chain. Now I've got to tidy up. Join me next time.